The 4-3-3 false 9, one of the most meta formations for attacking through the center, but also offering the width with your wingers bombing forward. You can incorporate the overpowered over the top through balls, and of course you can hold up the ball, dragging out defenders. This formation has got it all, and we're about to drop the custom tactics for you. Now I do highly recommend using this formation specifically in a scenario where you're wanting to have a lot more versatility in your attack. You can attack up the center with the majority of your central attacking options with the 3 center mids and the striker coming forward to receive the ball as that false 9, or you can take it wide to drag the defense. It's got it all. It's a very, of course, you can have this in your attacking custom tactics arsenal. Now in terms of the defensive style, nothing has changed compared to other formations on this channel. You need to learn how to defend manually, not with the AI. And if you're going to have defensive style, which is going to maybe use the AI to put pressure into your opponent, you will be more susceptible to leaving gaps in this defense because you have no control of those AI players running out of their position. So this is going to be left on balance. In terms of width, it's on 45. It's a wide formation in nature, meaning we don't need any further width with this. Depth is dependent on if you're a more advanced defender or a less advanced defender. If you're less advanced, have this on 44 to ensure you keep the shape and you practice the right stick switching methods that we've taught on this channel before. But if you're more advanced, you know how to press up, you know how to control all your defenders at once. Of course, have this on 70 so you can put a bit more pressure onto your opponent to counter attack. In terms of offense, the build-up style is to be left on balance. That's what our instructions are for, to position our attackers where we want them to be. Chance creation is to be on forward runs. This is because what you'll notice is when you have it on forward runs, your wider players are going to be making more overlapping runs, which is what we need to offer on the width areas of the pitch. You'll also notice that your wingers will be more in behind, and they'll be making runs along the defensive line to give you options from that false 9, offering for the ball, receiving it, and then putting those wingers through. So forward runs is for you with this formation. In terms of width, it's going to be left yet again on 45 as it's quite a narrow formation in nature. Players in the box are to be left on 6. 3 and 3 for corners and free kicks. Now the fun starts. The player instructions. This is rather important because it will allow us to set up as a 4-5-1 in the defense. That's right. The wingers overlapping, which will give you a lot more options. In terms of your false 9, your striker that is to be left on default. There is nothing changing there. In terms of the left wing and the right wing, this is going to be interesting. You're going to want to have one of your wingers, the more defensive in nature, to be on comeback on defense. Other one is to be left on default. So he'll be staying up top slightly with your striker, but also dropping back a little bit to offer a bit of defensive support. However, in nature, he will be forward ready to counter-attack once you win back that ball. But with the opposite winger, you're going to want to have him on comeback on defense. And this is because you will notice what will happen is your midfielders will cover the center, and one of your midfielders, the opposite midfielder to the winger coming back on defense, will go to the wing, which will mean you'll have a 4 midfield setup with a 4 back setup, giving you a 4-4-2 in the defense, but slightly it will set up as a 4-5-1 as that left wing will drop back a tiny bit. Hence the midfielders. You're going to need to have your 2 center mids who are the same side as the winger dropping back to be on cover center and stay back while attacking, ensuring they're going to cover the center of the pitch. Then the opposite midfielder to the winger coming back is going to be on cover wing to ensure he sits at the opposite left or right mid position. Now, the wing backs. This is important because depending on what side you chose to have on comeback on defense will depend on what wing back goes forward. Hence, if your right wing is the player you decide to have on comeback on defense, then the wing back on that side, aka the right back, will need to be on balanced. That will give you the attacking option going forward. He'll make overlapping runs. Yet the opposite wing back will be on stay back while attacking. That's because, as we know, the other winger that you didn't have on comeback or defense will be more forward, meaning you'll be more susceptible in the defense on that side. Hence, we have that wing back on stay back to ensure it compensates for that winger not dropping back as deep. In terms of your centre backs, they're on standard as well as your goalkeeper. Now again, as I said, you can use this formation to hold up the ball a lot more. The wingers are going to be making overlapping runs, meaning you're going to be able to put them through at times with the overpowered over the top through balls. But in terms of the wing play, this is important. You need to incorporate the wings with this formation. It's wide in nature. The 4-3-3 has a lot of options out wide, but specifically with this, how this formation sets up. So you want to go wide eventually, once you've held up the ball maybe with your false nine, or once you've built it up through the middle. In the midfield, approaching the halfway line, we want to come wide, incorporate those wingers, incorporate those wing backs, as well as your midfielders offering for the ball in the centre of the pitch. You want to pick a side, you want to stick to it, you want to get down the end and drag the defence. Very, very effective to break down defences in the AFC, and you guys need to incorporate this.